Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Now Hall to start the drive. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. But taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. 22 carries, 84 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
Dalton up, play action. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how low can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. Now allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we get this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well. The big problem with middle linebackers' job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. This is 3rd down. Throwing, Dalton. They'll set up the screen for Hall. A little juke. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Dalton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Dalton here from the gun. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And he'll be brought down at the 27. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
And again, Andy Dalton to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Past the 20. And all the first quarter lead. So they gave up the field goal, but boom, they get it right back. Don't even worry about getting their offense on the field. They return it on the kickoff.
So I see your 3 points.
And raise you.
And raise you 6. Double it up, coming right back at them. And if that's going to be the trade all game long, someone's going to be very happy with the end result.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First down, New York.
After 1, 7-3 the score. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Dalton now to pass. And that throw behind his man, and he missed it. Incomplete.
Open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why teams are running it. These wide receivers, they run running backs with on their hands. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to small up the ball carrier.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and that will keep this a 4-point game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little, and when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least. Touchdown! Donovan Peoples-Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage. pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
And that one covering an even 63 yards in the air. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, that involved a little bit of failure to send up the field goal unit. And then now you can see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Passing, it's Dalton. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he's up in it at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2 for Dalton. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. That's a ball that he is going to want to keep his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
After the interception, here's Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On first down, it's Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. Only able to gain a couple there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. So I know we hold off on the halftime update after all. Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here are the Browns to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Watson. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Let's see who this is on. Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there. Second down, Dalton. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. They were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. So Dalton now. Buying time to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Now the Jets will call on the field goal unit here. And this one a 41-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple of shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter. But now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And check down, complete to Hall. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the fourth quarter. The Jets on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's Dalton. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in, touchdown, New York. Juju Smith-Schuster, 81 yards. And the Jets have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth. They're going to try and run for it. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the fourth. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted to tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Straight ahead is Hall. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Ball again on 2nd down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I like the confidence of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes. As that throw arrived, tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Dalton on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got it in the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
And his kick here is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
He's got his receiver, Cooper. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Defense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Following the penalty, Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Second down, here's Chubb again. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Watson. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. From here, it would be a 45-yard field goal attempt, certainly in range, but they'll look for more yardage on 3rd down. Rolling to his right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Dalton. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Dalton saying, let's get going here, guys, as he rallies him to get set. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
fielded just outside the goal line. The New York set to take the field. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at the equation and saying, if we get to overtime, we're going to break out into heaven scene.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20.
Sometimes these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Now their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points. And now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Here's Watson, steps away. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. 2 minutes left in this overtime session and still all tied.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a 1st down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Now a timeout called for by the offense. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The Browns try to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll run with Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Every eye in the stadium fixated on Rodrigo Blankenship. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. And he missed it. It's no good. And we will play on here in overtime.
Oh, that's so deflating, Brandon, because you know he was thinking to himself, just give me a shot. Just put us in a position to win the game, and I'll get it done. But this kick, not on target, and we'll keep going here.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. All right, Charles, so this offense, they need to mount something here. Time is dwindling. They can't get anything going on this drive. This one might end in the tie.
Yeah, caught in a little extra pressure on the race. And now, as you look at the playbook, you're breaking out. It's just something you haven't used before. It's just something you used earlier that you can go back to. Or can one of your guys just make one of those big-time plays that decides this game?